it down.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Now the pass to Herter. Here's Silva. Lopez covering. Ripped away. MP looking around. Johnson in the corner. Here's Page. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Boston.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Those block shot numbers are big as well, guys, sending a clear message. We are not going to be scored on easily.
For Boston, they've gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. Here's Page, and he uses the glass on the layup. Page has got 43 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside Thomas to halt the run. That one doesn't go. Good defense by MP. We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
Oh, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences, get ourselves fired up. You game?
No. Come on, Greg, I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers done showing great vision.
And player nicknames are a fun part of covering the game. Now, a lot of guys, GA, are just going with their initials, like KD or AD or KG. Do we need more creativity?
I don't know, Kevin. Maybe the league could give guys a cash bonus for picking a nickname. Initials excluded. That might spark some creativity.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Boston.
They've gotten careless, Kevin. No doubt about it with their turnovers in the second half.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
And, guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Larry Nance is checked in for Sacramento. Neely's checked in for Boston. MP dishes to Johnson. Herter with it. Johnson's there. Here's Silva, and that one is stuffed right through.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Davison, the pass to Neely. Page, no good. For Sacramento, they've got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. And even with the ratings going strong, the younger generations often cord cutting. How does the NBA engage that audience?
Kevin, I think making game action trend on social media and when big moments happen for maybe a small fee, allow people to be a part of it. It's like highlights, but live. All the officials are all over that one.
Free throw good, MP.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
21. Now I'm with a savage and she 21. I used to rap 200s around 21s. Now I'm in Atlanta, shout out 21. Started in the back, now I'm in the front. In a do-rag, in a beater like I'm Iverson. You play all day. I made a lane, y'all stole the sauce and I watched all y'all take. I hope it tastes amazing, consider that y'all grace. Apologize ahead of time for flying y'all face. Turn it in a cause it's not far away. Know where y'all stay, so let's keep it player while fighting. We can do all day. She wanna crash at my crib tonight, but she leave eyelashes and stupid my gon' find. With a Pikachu beanie on top of Murakami pillow eating Synagogue. A lot of come around me try to be the same, but I can't practice with no that's not in the game. I'm black, Iverson. When I started ballin', I was sliding. I was in the club before I was 21. Now I'm with a savage and she 21. I used to rap 200s around 21s. What was I doing? Now I'm in Atlanta, shout out 21. Started in the back, now I'm in the front. In a do-rag, in a beater like I'm Iverson. Yeah, they used to try to leave me out the flyer for the show. Now my trailer say it's Guap Dad on HBO. Get delivered to my... I'm in Cologne, smelling like buying cologne. Miami, it's not cold. No, we not on a boat, I'm on the river with my bros. We in trap with at least 15. I did 10,000 hours, then did 15 more. Cause I'm always trying to double my stats and team goals. In the middle like bingo, with no prize to take. So we both on the floor, but you ain't never played. You a fan, have a seat, sit down and watch the game. I'm black, Iverson, When I started ballin', I was sliding. I was in the club before I was 21.
Like, what's it been like for you and all your gameplay team to like meet the community and interact with the community and then have them playing, the product before launch? Is it a pretty cool feeling to build that relationship? And you said this is the third year in a row. How's it been over the years and how's that affected the gameplay?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're bringing back, at least today, there's at least 4 or 5 returning people. So we've already have kind of relationship and a rapport, and the first time some of these guys came in, it wasn't like they're ready to just give us their raw feedback, They're trying to be polite, they're trying not to get in our faces on stuff, but now they're ready, they're very, very willing to just give us their honest opinion. And there's nothing beats the in-person dialogue, because we can be, on forum posts, we can be on Reddit, Twitter, and we'll get feedback, but it's usually not filtered, and you can't really get a gauge for exactly what people are complaining about. So when you can just have a conversation about things, and it helps them too, right? They can bring up points and things they don't like, and we can just talk to them about things and how the game is built, and they understand why some decisions are made, and they help us guide us too. They help guide our decisions of what what they think things should be like, and we can change accordingly. So the game is for the community, so we're always trying to just do our best to make the game that they want.
All right, I know the community wants to hear the details about 24, but for both our sakes, we'll just be safe and cut it off here. Mike Wang, thanks so much for joining us here on 2KTV. And for you out there, make sure to always send that constructive criticism in. These guys are listening, and I'm excited. 24 is right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Can't wait.
They've got Larry Nance. Chris Dunn is out there with Kevin Herter. And it's Silva in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Pass to Dunn. Well, we talk about the critical importance of the wing position, RJ. From the time you played, how do you think that position has evolved?
Well, when you talk about positionless basketball, it really falls on the forwards. You want them to have more responsibilities. You want them to be able to guard 1 through 5. You want to be able to run your offense through them. So the wings in positionless basketball have a lot more responsibility.
And Grant, you played on the Suns team whose training staff was renowned. Is that still a differentiator between teams, or has everybody caught up and on the same level now?
BA, I think everyone's caught up. 15 years ago, the Suns training staff was ahead of their time. But now teams are all much more sophisticated. They understand injury prevention, rest, recovery, really aiding the players, and I think adding years for players in the back end of their careers.
Here's Neely. Here's Page. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Herder. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Back to 2K23. In July, we held a 2K TV Tuesday event in the city, and I heard that there was some kind of challenge involved.
Always. Everybody's always coming for us. First off, the event was fire. The community showed up. They were repping that 2K TV gear. And right before Team 2K TV got out there to play, our top play of the year winner, No Sleep Uno and his squad, challenged us to a game of 3v3. It did not go so well.
Here's Thomas. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Thomas is out there with Dunn. Then it's Kevin Herder. Then it's Nance. And it's Silva in at the 4 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's Dunn after the made shot from Page. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game.
Here's Davison. The Kings getting the bucket. MP finds Johnson. The Celtics working the ball around now. Davison, the pass to Page. Here's Davison. 5 to shoot, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the 3-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Now, here's Dunn. Pass to Nance. Offensive rebound. Back to Dunn. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Now, here's Herder. He's guarded closely.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.